Snack Time off of the Canadian Snack Time trilogy, which I just love so much. It is kind of a more traditional rock song fleshed out with instruments, and I think the musicality of it and the instrumentation is just better. And I like it also gave me a little bit of the feels and nostalgia hearing all these like great artists that I respect and admire so much talking about their favorite snacks and stuff. So that one had a special place for me. This one I'm going to rate Crazy ABC's 2.7 vocab words. It's the highest, like I said, of the children's songs outside of Snack Time. I really did enjoy it. Got to be brutally honest, it's not something I'm going to come back to and listen to. Maybe again, if I have kids, definitely I'm going to bust this out. Or if I'm babysitting. I used to babysit my friend Jason. But something like that, yeah, there's a possibility. But it's probably not something I would seek out to listen to for myself all the time. But every once in a while, maybe want to show somebody something. It's an enjoyable tune. It's fun. I think fun is the key word here. It's a really fun tune.
Yeah.
And it made me smile. So more than I can say for some songs.
Nice. Tracy, how many vocab words do you give this song?
All right. So
is Tracy with a silent P?
Tracy.
It is.
Like pterygium or pterodactyl or ptosis.
That was my cover.
Tracy Dactyl.
That
Oh,
was like
shoot.
my Clark Kent cover. So no one actually knew like where I work. Now everyone's going to know where I work because of the silent P.
I apologize.
Do you apologize with a J?
Yes.
Japology. Apologies.
So I am going to. I mentioned my problem with the music earlier, but that's only like a little throw. I'm gonna rate this based on the fact that it's a kid's song. So once again, like knowing that my numbers, like if I were gonna compare it to all B&L songs, it would rate differently. But I have to rate this differently and all the kids songs differently because they're aimed specifically at children.
Yeah.
So with that being said, my only other problem I have with this song was that they switch H and I, and it wasn't until about the 40th time of listening to it that I actually caught on to this. So I feel really stupid now that like I listened to it that many times. And then wait a minute, A B C D E F G I H. Wait, no, what's wrong here? And they do it for the sake of a rhyme. And so I'll give them the credit back. Plus, I'm going to give them a little bit of credit back because in my writing of this sentence, when I was preparing it, I switched the I and the T and the word switched. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's just, yeah, okay.
It happens.
It happens. It was done to get a good rhyme in, and I could see why it would be hard to get a rhyme with irked. So, I maybe smirked, but then you're going to have a hard time. Yeah.
Work, lurk.
And I like the fact that he came up with that.
Hey man, are you circed? That's a bit of a private question.
That would be a bit of a question in a kid's song.
Mustard gas.
That would bring up a whole conversation.
Okay, so I'm sorry, chemical warfare is fine, but as soon as we start to get into I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
We're weird about that stuff in
true,
America, though.
We're very repressed.
War is fine, but we just can't talk about our bodies.
Fairly accurate. Maybe this was designed for the U.S. audience. They did talk about Z and Z, so they had us in mind.
Yes, clearly.
I also have to give it credit because that line, Stephen immediately afterwards makes a statement about the fact that they found a really good rhyme for that. So he's saying, in either corner flour tortillas, he goes, nice rhyme there. So I like it. I like the fact that he was even making fun of him in making fun of the rhyme. So, so for that, I'm giving them a 4.2 on this song.
Wow.
Holy
yeah,
moly.
I like this song on this album. So.
Wow. Okay.
So let's hear from my kids what they think about this song.
Okay, Bella. So what did you think of this song?
I'll give it a 4.
What were the parts of the song that you enjoyed?
I enjoyed when it said the thing about gas, and it said funny things also. Like after he said something, he said, no, it's not. And it was funny.
Were there any parts of the song you didn't like?
There's one thing that I wouldn't really do. I wouldn't talk too much between it.
Thank you, Bella. Benjamin, what did you think about this song?
I give it a 4.9.
What were the things about the song that you liked the most?
The Zinzan Todd thing and the thing about the guy being named Beard, but he has a mustache.
Were there any parts of the song that you didn't enjoy?
Nah.
Holy
Wow.
mackerel. They're both big fans. That's great. I'm glad. That's a really good song, and probably they learned something.
It shows that they were aiming for an audience, and they
hit the mark,
perfectly with that
definitely, I
audience.
think. They really...
So
They accomplished what they set out to do.
and the parts that the kids loved the most were the things that one that we've mentioned, but so it's great that the jokes are getting through to the kids. But also they love the banter. So it's like, good. My kids are now getting into what the Bare Naked Ladies are really about.
I just
Nice.
love the word banter. It reminds me of that Monty Python skit. Something up with my banter, chaps.
So, Michelle, where does that put this song?
Oh, it puts it... It gives it a 3.38. Do you want me to add the kids' scores into the average? Should they be part of the average? Because I can do that.
Would we be able to do that easily, considering all the other ones in the past?
I can.
All right.
That's what
sure.
those 2 extra columns are for.
Yes.
Although, will it... Well, I'm going to just do it.
We'll
because
see what happens.
I've done that with the other ones.
All right. Then there we go.
Let me just fix this. It's right in line underneath. Well, it's underneath aluminum, and it's tied with All in Good Time. And it's right above Blacking Out.
Holy
And
moly.
Bad Day. So it's just barely above Bad Day.
Yes. Just
That is
barely.
really interesting.
Bad Day is 3.77, and Crazy ABCs is 3.81. So that's...
Although I think we're going to have to adjust some of those scores a little bit, because I can see that Ben and Bella's average aren't added
on the
in.
others. I'll go
we'll
through...
fix that for the future.
Yeah, I'll go through and add these scores that haven't been added from our guests.
Yeah.
Because most of them have, but I think that some of them have not. Hey, Tracy, tell us about the appearances this week.
All right, so the appearance this week is a really interesting cover. It's a very short cover, but it's a cover of "Comes in Good Time" that was written by Neil Young. So Bare Naked Ladies. I don't have the year that this was done. You can find this on bnlhttp.com. You have to go and you have to sign in, so you have to actually create yourself you have to create a name and a password, but it's free to do. And once you've done that, you get tons and tons of BNL information and BNL interviews, and I'll be referring to this like for years on end as we go through this podcast. Once you get in there, if you look under random and then you look under various songs, you will find Comes a Time by Bare Naked Ladies, which is the cover of Neil Young, as I was mentioning before. It's actually really interesting. So I listened to the original Comes a Time by Neil Young. It's slow. It's very folksy. Mm-hmm. This is more bluegrass, upbeat version of that song, led by Ed. And it's a very intriguing and interesting version of this song. So I encourage everyone to go out there. They only did it live when they were playing, I think, for E-Town. So E-Town is their mission is to educate, entertain, and inspire a diverse audience through music and conversation in order to create a socially responsible, environmentally sustained world. So kind of going back to what we were discussing earlier. I encourage everyone to go out there and listen to this, as well as if you have the money and you have the time, to donate to E-Town to help to sustain the environment and to encourage further musical education.
Right on.
That's outstanding.
And speaking of throwbacks, next week we have quite the throwback.
Oh.
We are going to discuss a only one-time recorded song that is going quite a way back. It's a rarity. Next week we'll be discussing Cregan Christmas. So we're going to go back to the Christmas theme.
Just when I think I'm out, they drag me back in.
It's either going to be a kid's song or a Christmas song, Aaron. You got to deal with it.
Good God.
Oh, wait until the week after that, Aaron.
I need some Halloween songs for adults, please.
We have that coming later this year.
Okay, I'm into it.
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us this week, and join us next week for Creaking Christmas.
Yay!
Yay! See you then, folks.
See you next week.
And Z's the final letter, and by final, I mean last.
Okay, when you say Z, for the benefit of our American friends, you really mean Z, right?
No, I mean Z, like ZZ Top.
ZZ Top?